What a game. I recording this right after literally I just walked upstairs as soon as that last lateral happened. So this is my raw reaction to the Bears versus Vikings. Lost 27-24. And like I said in my pregame that I posted like 2 hours before the game, it could have gone either way, really. I'm not too upset at the loss from the Vikings. I think if I knew that Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon were going to be out, I would have predicted a Bears loss. But there's just something about this loss in particular. And we can point a lot of blame at Caleb. We can point a lot of blame at the O-line, the defense, or whatever you want to call it. We'll start with Caleb. Amazing first drive. Looks sharp, looks solid. It looked like we were going to drop 40 on their heads. And I'm not going to lie, that was pretty much it. That you had some great plays here and there. You had some whatevers. But Caleb still with his inaccuracy issues down the field. For some reason, man, I don't know what it is with Caleb. It wasn't a problem with him in college. But for some reason in the NFL right now, he's just not accurate. I don't get it. Ben Johnson, I'm not gonna lie. Outside of a couple plays, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really like the play calls either. Going for it on 4th down earlier, which I can understand to a degree. You know, you're within like the 30-yard lines, 4th and 3. You know, go ahead and show the world that you trust in your quarterback, sure. And then that's where Caleb Williams once again missing that ball to DJ Moore, who was open. Unbelievable how that game turned out. Caleb Williams was solid first half. Wasn't amazing, but it was solid. 3rd quarter, you kind of saw the accuracy issues. The plays weren't there. I don't know what was going on. And then 4th quarter, everything fell apart. Which, honestly, I'm not going to lie, I kind of figured was going to happen because even though, yes, Caleb was starting to look comfortable, at some points, when you're not scoring and you're putting the ball away, the defense is going to get tired. And so now going on to the defense. 21 points in the 4th quarter. Before that, in quarters 1, 2, and 3, the Vikings scored 6 points. 21 points. You could have let up 17 points and you would have won. You could have let up 14 points, you would have won. 21 points. And then on top of that, Cairo Santos misses a 50-yard field goal, which I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think Cairo Santos, he's on his last legs. I'm going to be so for real with you guys. I mean, yes, he's accurate, which I can't even really say too much because he missed a 50-yard kick. But anything outside of 50 yards for Cairo Santos, you seriously have to hold your breath, which is ridiculous for any NFL kicker in today's day and age. When you've got kickers like Cam Little from the Jags making a 70-yard field goal, when you got Brandon Aubrey from the Cowboys making a 65-yard field goal, and yes, granted, these are some of the best kickers in the NFL, but it's more and more common nowadays to see really any kicker kick at least from 55 yards consistently, or at least from 50, We saw Will Reichard, or whatever his name is, the Vikings kicker. He made a 59-yard field goal, and yes, he barely made it, but he made it, and that was the difference. We lost by 3 points. So you don't go for it on, you don't kick the field goal on 4th down. Cairo Santos misses that 50-yard field goal, and Will Reichard makes a 59-yard field goal. These are some of the decisions that killed us. And then Dennis Allen, I wouldn't say I'm not gonna blame him too much. I really don't want to blame Dennis Allen too much. The players just got gassed. It's literally so simple. We saw it happen literally this game with the Vikings. It looked like they were down and out completely. We saw DeAndre Swift, of all people, looking like Marshawn Lynch, looking like beast mode in the backfield, driving through linebackers and safeties for the 1st down. The Vikings defenders are all tired getting up because the offense is just sputtering. But guess what? Once JJ finally got going in the 4th quarter, that defense had new life. They went ahead and they drove down the field and they scored. And then when we went on the field, they stopped us. And it just shifted the momentum completely. Unbelievable choke job by the Chicago Bears. I knew we were going to lose this game. I had a feeling we were going to lose this game. I just didn't think it was going to be like that. I cannot believe that we really allowed that team with JJ McCarthy, which, by the way, shout out JJ McCarthy, man. I mean, he was having a horrible first half. Throws a pick six. I mean, it just looked like it was completely getting away from him. It looked like that game was just getting away from JJ McCarthy, and he just went in. He locked in the fourth quarter. 2 touchdown passes, rushing touchdown. I mean, yes, JJ McCarthy didn't play an amazing game, but when he needed to get it done, he did it. Now, I wasn't a big JJ McCarthy fan coming out of college, but I did say to a lot of different people, if there was one team that he would go to, that he would succeed, I believed it was the Minnesota Vikings. With Kevin O'Connell, with the weapons that they have, with the offensive line they have, with Jettas, TJ, Addison. Mind you, they didn't even have Addison. They didn't even have their left tackle. And mind you, JJ McCarthy didn't even play in preseason. He played one game in preseason. Unbelievable. I don't want to overreact too much and say that the season's over, but it's not looking too good. I can just tell you that right now. And I think it's a lot easier to come to a conclusion that it's going to be a bad season because of the fact that that's all we've known for Chicago Bears. For some reason, we cannot finish. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Just we're cursed at the quarterback position. We're cursed at head coaching. We're cursed on offense. And then when we finally do have a good offense, like back in 2013, we can't have a good defense to match with that. Or in 2022, when Justin Fields had his breakout year, and we had the worst defense in the league. A lot of the haters are allowed, and they very much should be. So Vikings fans, Packers fans, Lions fans, get ready, because you are about to feast all season on the lowly Chicago Bears. I really hope whatever happened this game is not a foreshadowing for the rest of the season. I hope that if Ben Johnson goes back to the drawing board, Caleb, I mean, I don't know, man. I'd have to go back and look some of the footage over again, but from what I saw, this offense does not look much better than last year. I'm going to give it some time because it is our first game. And then also the penalties too, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, I don't even know why I forgot about that. The penalties were killing us. First off, Deshaun Wright allows a field goal because he allowed a 40-yard pass interference on Aaron freaking Jones. Why are you pass interferencing a running back on a route? And then on top of that, he ends up getting another touchdown later too, which was a great pass from JJ McCarthy. For some reason, Caleb can't make that throw. We have another pass interference, which was a kind of a phantom call. The rest were terrible too. They just gave the Vikings everything, really. They were refusing to call anything for us. It was tragic. I don't think this team is more than a 7-win team this season. I'm going to be honest with you. I had them at like 9-8. Unless we get going, maybe this is a good thing we have an early bye week so we can just hurry up and, get our rest and come up with a game plan. But you got a tough schedule this season, man. We're going against the Lions, and even though they looked bad last week, I don't know if we're going to beat them. I don't think so, only because the Lions do have more talent. But right now, as of right now, it looks like the Vikings and Packers will be competing for that number one spot in the division. I don't get it, man. Why can't the Bears just have a good offense? Why can't we just have a good quarterback, a good play caller? Maybe it will happen. Maybe we'll look back 10 games in and we'll have a top 10 offense and all will be good. But some of the same accuracy issues right now, and I'll tell you guys this right now, I'm very high on Caleb Williams. But those inaccuracies, the same issues from last year, missing a wide open DJ Moore for a touchdown, and then throwing him a hospital ball on almost the next play. Yeah, it was a nice, fake toss to Burden, and then it was a pass to Aroma Dunze for a touchdown. I could care less about that right now. We lost this game for a few reasons. Penalties, defense dying in the fourth quarter, Ben Johnson's average at best play calling, Caleb Williams' inaccuracies, and also missing some throws. And on top of that, special teams. Our special teams was actually dog shit today. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of yards let up on punt returns, kick returns. Kicking was terrible. Just an all-around choke job from the Chicago Bears. It's tough to have hope in a Bears team that consistently lets you down every year. So I really hope what I'm feeling right now, what I really want to say too, like what I really want to say, and I just don't want to say it because I don't want everyone coming after me saying, oh, it's just game one. I recognize that. But just seeing this all the time, man, from Chicago, JJ McCarthy should not have looked that much better than Caleb Williams in the second half, especially when he started down 11 points. Unbelievable. Once again, man, I'm not even going to say bear down. I'm out. I'm just out, bro.